Well, I think anybody that lived in Wayne County would not be surprised that I entered the legal field, considering my family background. I happened to be in the courtroom that is the Stetson Bennett Jr. courtroom, and he was my father. I also believe that it's probably the only courtroom that was named for a gentleman that was neither a judge or a lawyer, but he was either deputy clerk or clerk from 1949 until 2012. So we have deep roots in the legal community here in Wayne County. But if you had asked me when I was a junior and probably halfway through my senior year of high school, I would have told you that I was going to go somewhere and study music because I thought I was bound for the stage. I did happen to have the benefit of being classically trained up until, well, even all through college, and still sometimes we'll go to New York and study. But yeah, that's how I became a lawyer, and started out in the DA's office in Savannah, and then quickly realized that my roots are here in Wayne County, and this is where I need to be. I need to be among my people, which are the greatest people in the world, by the way. And if you ask me where I'm from, I'll tell you I'm from God's country, which is Wayne County. He visits other places, but this is where God resides. So came back and was an associate in a firm that was basically an insurance defense firm. And then in 2000, I realized I was singing more than I was lawyering, and that was not really beneficial to my partners. So we very amicably split, and I became a plaintiff's lawyer. Interspersed in there, I was a magistrate judge and ran for state court judge, and the people chose me, and I will be forever grateful. I just celebrated my 10th anniversary on the bench, and am looking forward to serving as long as the people will allow me. Is helping people, and you just never know what it is that you're going to do that's going to change somebody's life. But earlier this week, I had to go and speak at Kiwanis, which is held in a local restaurant. And I walk in the door, and one of the waitresses comes up to me and says, "I know you don't remember me, but you saved my life. What you did to help me really changed my life." And she was just so grateful. And it's just one of those things that you're here to help people. And if you're not helping people, you're not contributing. And if you've got to contribute to society. It's sort of like the rent you pay for being able to live in this place is you help the people that you can. And when they recognize it, because I can tell you, I've been called a lot of things, but when they come up to me and they really appreciate that I took the time and thought about what was best for them in the sentence, that really is the most rewarding part of this job. Well, I can tell you that the Council of State Court Judges has the very best executive director. Bob Bray is on top of everything. I could sit back and do absolutely nothing, and this council would continue to thrive. But he always contributes to the leadership. He helps us grow. He shows us what it is that we need to do. We just had a strategic planning seminar. It's the first one we've had in a while, and that was just so eye-opening. And every question that came about, Bob Bray had an answer for. So really it is just to continue the excellence that he provides, and that the presidents that have came before me, that they have provided. I don't really have any earth-shattering differences that I want to make. Our courts are so different, and we're ruled by counties rather than state. The Atlanta lawyers would come down here and they would be just as lost as if I were to go to Atlanta. So I don't know that there's anything uniformly we can do other than we continue to have such camaraderie within our council. We truly love each other. We are friends. I can pick up the phone and call anybody at any time and say, "I've got this problem," and they're going to help me. And I want to continue that happening. I listen to more books than I read because I'm on the road so much, particularly now. The drive from Jessup to Atlanta, you got to have a book. So what I'm listening to right now is Chasing Fireflies. It's written by Charles Martin, and it's set in Brunswick, which is why I'm reading it, because it does also mention God's country, but it's set in Brunswick. But the book that I just finished that I read it's by Janice Ray, and she is a local author, and it's called The Woods of Fannin County. And it's based on a true story. A group of children were basically dropped off in a cabin in the mountains of Georgia, left to fend for themselves. And it really is a remarkable story about the human spirit and the will to survive and to thrive. But then it also touches on the mental health problems that the mother was having. But it was a very interesting read. I was able to read it in a day. And this is new for her because she doesn't normally do fiction. And some of her descriptions, you can tell that she's more environmentally tuned because of some of the descriptions that she uses of the mountains and the scenery. But that was the book that I finished, and hopefully Chasing Fireflies. So far it's been really, really good. I also, Viola Davis has an autobiography. I listened to that one, which was really good. But it's just, it's a wonderful escape. I'm not going to say it's bubble gum for the brain because you really do have to think, but you get to paint the picture rather than when you go to a movie, they show you what they think the background should be. So for that reason, I've always loved books. Well, I always wear a scarf when I'm on the bench, and when it is football season, I wear my football scarf, which has the colors of UGA. Now, I didn't go to UGA, but I do have just a little bit of interest in the way the football team comes out. So let me just say, go Dogs, go Stetson.